I'm Chef Sarah from Cooking with Class in Paris, and today we are making molten chocolate lava cakes. Now, what is a molten chocolate lava cake? Actually, I'm going to tell you about that in just a second. The first thing I want to tell you is that molten chocolate lava cakes take about 12 minutes to cook. So in order to save some time, I've already prepared some, and I'm going to get them in the oven while I'm walking you through making ours together. So I do have this very cool magic fridge here from TV Land where you put something in and it comes out amazingly done. Actually, let's be honest, I made them earlier today. And so I am going to get these in the oven. We're going to put the timer on and we are going to see if in 12 minutes I can manage to finish everything up. That's a lot of stress and pressure. Whew. Okay. So let's get going. So what's a lava cake? A lava cake is a chocolate cake that's cooked on the outside and has an ooey gooey oozy center on the inside. So in the UK it's called, or Australia, it's actually called a self-saucing cake. The first thing we're going to do is grease our molds. I have a little bit of butter here, it's soft. And I'm just going to come and grease my molds all over. Now, as a pastry chef, I'm totally a control freak. And so I want to tell you that there's only one way to grease their molds, but let's be honest, you can do it any way you want. Okay? So I am going to make sure that I am being as efficient as possible. And so what that's going to mean is I'm doing the same motion more than once. So I'm greasing everything first, and then I'm going to add a little sugar. When I grease my molds, what's going to be important is I want to make sure they're covered all over, both on the sides and the bottom. This is going to allow us to unmold our lava cake. If you don't do this, your lava cake gets stuck in the mold. That's really sad, you know? Who wants to get a stuck lava cake? I'm going to take a little sugar and dump it in. You can see just a little sugar, right? Just a little sugar. There we go. Keep going. Ay, 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 right? Oh my gosh. And I'm going to turn so that I'm coating the mold. Look at that. There we go. And then this one right here. Okay. So I'm going to just put those aside. Now, something I should mention, and hopefully you guys will come and take a class with me, is that a good chef is a clean chef. Super important. Always remember, good chef, clean chef. Okay, so what are the other ingredients? I have over here a little butter and a little bit of chocolate. Let me talk for a second about the butter. I did mention at least once already, I am a total control freak. So this is unsalted butter because it's going to allow me, if I want, to add a little bit of my own salt content in here, which actually, come to think of it, salt and chocolate is really good. So even though the recipe doesn't call for salt, I'm actually going to put a little bit of salt. And this is coconut, so we are not putting the coconut in there. We're going to put a little salt in the lava cake. So there we go, just a little salt. Salt's also going to help bring out some of the flavors. So I have over here my chocolate and my butter, and I've put them on a double boiler or a water bath. And so what that means is that I've boiled the water and I'm just using that heat to melt what's in here. Then what are the other ingredients? I have a couple eggs over here. Usually I would tell you you want to weigh your eggs, but in this case it doesn't matter too much, a little more or a little less, not a big deal. And then I have some all-purpose flour. I have some salt, which you guys saw I just added, and a little bit of sugar. So the first thing I want to do is just mix my powders together. There we go. Okay. And then let's come and have a look and see, has my butter and chocolate melted? Almost. I'm a little impatient, so I'm going to help it go faster there. And hopefully we're getting a really nice close-up of the food. I'll tell you, I'm sure everyone's watching all the food shows these days, And talking to my friends, they all love the food close-ups, and I'm like, I see it all the time. It's just not exciting, so I know we gotta have it in there. Okay, and there we go. It's all melted. Look at that. Oh, we've got a little bit of butter left, so I'm just going to melt that all of the way. Okay, so we have a beautiful homogeneous butter and chocolate mixture. I'm just going to turn off my double boiler, clean off the bottom of my pot, and go ahead and add the eggs here one by one. Okay. When you crack your eggs, you want to crack them on a flat surface. So normally, the reason I say that you should weigh your eggs is I'm in Paris right now. Hopefully you guys are coming from all over, checking me out. And your eggs may not be the same size as my eggs. So if you want to have the same results, you want to make sure that you weigh your eggs. It's especially important in things like a creme brulee or a pâte à choux. So I'm going to go ahead and crack my eggs on a flat surface because normally you get a straight line crack. Anytime I do it to demonstrate to someone, I make a huge mess. Who knows? And I'm just going to go ahead and there we go, mix that egg in. And then I'm going to add my second egg. There we go. Much better. See, I'm not nervous there. Whew. Okay. And as I mix these eggs in, what I can see is that I've basically made this beautiful kind of chocolate pudding-like mixture. Then I'm going to take all of my powder and I'm going to add it in. The recipe is probably going to tell you to add it little by little, but I'm honestly a little bit lazy, and so I just add it in all at once. And let's go ahead and just mix that in. Oh, yum, look at that, this beautiful, delicious smelling. I did not taste it because in my kitchen, no fingers in the mouth. Okay, so let's get all of this out of the way there. And we are then going to take our batter and get it into the bag. I'm going to hold my bag at the top with two hands, and I'm going to fold it over as though it's a pair of socks. Now, I'm right-handed, so I'll use my left hand in a big C shape to come underneath. And I want this protective apron just to make sure that I don't get stuff all over, and also it keeps my bag a little cleaner. With my spatula in my right hand, I'm going to scoop and then scrape. Now you can see this is kind of a liquidy batter here. And if I do this, we'll be here till tomorrow. So actually I'm going to just pour everything right in. Look at that, delicious. And then let's go ahead and use my spatula to scrape all the last little bits up. So unfortunately in my kitchen there's actually not a lot of leftovers to lick from the bowl. I know that's everyone's favorite part of cooking is when you get to lick the bowl, but I actually prefer to put everything into my mold. So let's have a look at that. And let's just clean off that table again. And I can see those lava cakes in there are looking amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead, close up the bag. And we are going to pipe out our lava cakes. Now, piping can be a little bit tricky. So if you would like to learn a little bit more about piping, I invite you to come and see me here at Cooking with Class in Paris, and I'll teach you all the secrets about piping. So let's just go ahead and pipe all the way up there. Drain it off a little bit so I don't spill all over the counter. Well, there, I just spilled all over the counter. And let's go ahead and just fill those up. There we go. Now I'm going to get these into the fridge and we are going to let them chill off. So how do you get that nice lava cake? So actually, some people like to cheat. And as we know, cheaters never win and winners never cheat. So cheating means that you can put something in the middle of your lava cake that will melt during the cooking. It's a little bit easier, a little less technical. What I prefer to do actually is cool off my lava cake. So I'm going to let it sit at least 30 minutes. You can even let it sit overnight in the fridge, and then I'll cook it. What that means is that the outside will cook a little bit faster than the inside, so you have that nice gooey lava center. We have a couple minutes left on the timer, so just really quickly before my timer goes off, I want to take you on a little tour of our school. So if you just come with me, I'm going to show you what you can see here. So we were just in the pastry kitchen. That is where you'll usually find me making all sorts of goodies. And if you come this way, this is our waiting room. This is where you come and wait before your class. Or if you're in one of our market classes, this is where you can come and have the apéro, which is the little drink we have before having our lunch and in between our cooking. Then over here, this is the big kitchen. Check this out. Look how nice this is. This is where the market class happens. I wanted to say the magic, but the magic happens everywhere. Here you go out to the market with the chef and you learn about how to select all of your goodies, your produce, your meat, your poultry, your fish. Together as a group, you decide what you would like to cook, and then you come back and you make a meal together. But actually, let's go back to the pastry kitchen because that's really my domain. So I want to tell you a little bit more about the things that you might see with me in that kitchen. And I do have just about a minute left on the timer. So we're going to go and see what's happening over here in the oven. Oh, yes. Okay, so those are looking really good. They're about to come out. And I should mention that cooking time is really only a guideline. And I know in life we want things to be sure and certain, but cooking temperature, cooking time, it's just a guideline. So let us see about these guys. So how do I know that they're done? Well, a little bit of practice, number one. But also what I can see is that they've set really nicely all the way, but I can see in the middle they're still a little bit soft. So I'm going to clean my plate off because you really want to serve your lava cakes on a clean plate. And to unmold them, I'm going to take my cloth just so that I don't burn myself. Let's go ahead and take one and flip it over, okay? Just like that. And then the other one right here. And let's get this out of the way because, as you guys know, a good chef is a clean chef. And I am really into keeping my workspace clean, especially you come take a class with me. Yeah, you're going to be cleaning all day. So let's go ahead and look at that. You can unmold them. And you'll notice I have two here because I have my lovely camera woman behind the scenes who I can definitely see is waiting to dig in here with me. Okay. So just before we can munch, I want to have your mouth water a little bit, but I also want to tell you a little bit about what you can do with me in the pastry kitchen here or with my colleague, Chef Christian. We make macarons, we make pâte à choux, which is eclair dough. We have a couple of different dessert classes, a croissant class, bread, baguette class. They're all super fun, so I hope you'll come and not just join me online, but join me in person. So are you guys ready to see this beautiful lava? Ready for the cut? And look at that. Bon appetit, guys.